I'm Elvis, and I'm here to say that Six Fig Stock Trader is the greatest of all time on the charts, and should be inducted in the Crypto Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here on YouTube. Folks, I hope you guys enjoyed the intro from Elvis. I am flattered, to say the least. Thank you so much for that. But before we get into CKBTA, just quick, follow me on Twitter at Real6Fig. This is where I drop news when I'm going live, little bits of information, charts, thoughts, things like that. But I did put out an announcement yesterday that I will be covering more of the UTXO Alliance coins. And that, of course, consists of Nervos Network, Cardano, Ergo, Komodo, and Topple. So we will be covering these coins, and don't let me forget about IOHK, but we will be covering more of these coins as well and adding them onto the channel because I do like this UTXO Alliance. Kind of like the Fantastic Five right now. So with that said, let's get back into TA. Daily chart, things are still looking good. And what we can see is that we have somewhat of a spinning top candle. And this just basically means the bulls and bears are playing tug of war. And since we're right up at the 786 level, I was kind of speculating on last night's TA that we might be seeing another move to the upside. We are seeing a symmetrical triangle forming off a bull flag pull. So that is very nice. But unfortunately, I think we are kind of drifting downwards. So whether or not we come down to retest this 61.8 level here and then move up is anyone's guess. At this point in time, we are going to see one of two things. We are going to see Elliott wave theory move to the upside, just like these impulse waves here. Or we are going to possibly see, and I'm hoping this is not the case, but we might possibly be setting up for a little head and shoulders. Just depends on, how low CKB goes next. So we might be seeing something like this play out, but nobody knows until we know, right? So this is going to get really interesting here really quick. And of course, I do think that we might see wave 3 end up somewhere right around this 127% line, which is just over 2.5 cents. So wonderful things are still happening for CKB. We're still above the cloud, and this might be a pivotal point for CKB to set up for a move higher. A lot of times what we will see is once we break through this cloud, a little bit of a sideways trade will get a little bit closer to the bullish side of things, and then we'll start moving up. And here's a perfect example of it. We climbed up out of this cloud, and we kind of traded sideways a little bit, and then we shot straight up. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen right now, but if we look at the price structure, this is virtually identical. And let's just go ahead and illustrate this. And we can see that if I go ahead and place this here and just kind of stretch this a little bit, I mean, you can kind of see for yourselves how close. Bear with me 1 second, folks. I'm really just I'm not changing the structure of these candles. I'm just kind of making them fit within current existing price action. So, I mean, we can definitely see the similarities here. And this is what I wanted to kind of point out, is that we kind of have this impulse wave to the upside, very similar to what we had here. So you can kind of see this through these ghost candles. We'll just turn up the opacity a little bit. So you guys, we're still sitting good, I do think, right now, even though CKB has given back over the last day. Right now, I'm just not too concerned. But if we do see that head and shoulders pattern, that might be something to be concerned about. And at that point, I do think that we would be worried more of a rising wedge pattern forming after that. So none of this is going to happen based off what Bitcoin is doing most of the time. Right now we can see the total crypto market cap is trying to break through this huge resistance point at $2.5 trillion. Cup and handle on the total crypto market cap as well. So there's a lot of things going for us right now. Unfortunately, I think that we might see the crypto market cap work its way back closer towards the cloud. And if that does happen, this thing may be kind of setting up for another rising wedge. And you can kind of see where this would form. So ideally, I would like to see this come up and really break through, or just kind of trade over this way into some sort of ascending triangle to break this pattern. So with that said, let's check out Bitcoin as well, because we want to see what Bitcoin is doing. Oh my goodness, I keep passing it, folks. Oh my gosh. Here we go. So right now, Bitcoin is still testing this Gartley theory that I had going. And we can see how price action came right up to the top of this. And we can see how we blew up out of this rising wedge, which was huge. But now we are kind of testing the top side of this wedge. So what I'm hoping is going to happen here is that we see some sort of impulse wave to the upside. And I'm hoping that we go even higher. So I'm going to go ahead and actually get rid of this. Bear with me. That was from last night's TA on Crypto Airborne's channel. And we can see that this very short, month-long rising wedge produced some negative results here. And so I do think that if we fall back into this rising wedge, we may in fact see something like a cup and handle form if we get the bounce off the lower trend line. So this would require Bitcoin to fall to nearly $50,000. And then we'd be hoping for something like this to blast back off. So that is just very wild speculation, to say the least. I mean, we might be seeing a number of things. Head and shoulders pattern to the downside. Nobody knows right now. But one thing that is for sure is that Bitcoin is really testing this $60,000 mark. And on this daily candle, we can see this wick down. That means the bears are trying to pull Bitcoin down, but the bulls are pulling it back up. And currently the bears are winning because the candle is red. So let's look at this on a 4-hour chart and just kind of see where things are at. So we have a nice corrective wave to the downside. So I would totally expect this to do something like this. Bitcoin is going to try to avoid this cloud at all costs at this point in the game. So I'd say over the weekend, Bitcoin is going to definitely be in a make or break situation, but a little sideways consolidation towards the cloud and a move up, or maybe a bounce off this 50 moving average, will be necessary to stay solvent. So there you have it, folks. Big shout out to all the Patreons. If you're interested in becoming a Patreon, it's $3 a month. Get your name, YouTube channel name, or business name up on this channel. Thanks for watching.